Is stress literally killing you? If you want to learn the 5 essential keys to be able to reverse illness, get your ideal body weight, and reduce stress, then today's guest is going to show you a sustainable and natural way to master your vitality. Welcome to HAVILAH Friends. I'm your host, HAVILAH Malone, and every week we bring you inside my amazing world of mindfulness teachers, inspirational speakers, business experts, and celebrities to be able to share the information that matters to you. And today's guest is a functional medical doctor, international speaker, and the author of Mastering Vitality. He's been featured on Fox, NBC, ABC, and is becoming America's leading expert on lifelong optimized vitality. Please welcome my good friend, Dr. Linell King. Hello.
Hey, how are you? Nice to be here once again.
My absolute pleasure. We're so happy to have you. You are such a wealth of knowledge and breath of fresh air, especially in the medical and well-being community. And speaking of, like, for over 15 years, you practice, traditional medicine, being able to work with thousands of patients, dealing with things from heart disease to diabetes, cancer. And so what even prompted you to want to go into this, field and to pursue this as a career?
Yeah, it kind of, it's weird how it really turned out, because it kind of chose me. I never thought that I would be doing what I'm doing today. But like you mentioned, I was, in that medical world. But when it hits home, that's when it really gets real. And both my parents, my dad and my mom, suffered, like so many people do, with preventable illnesses. So my dad, he passed away from pancreatic cancer, and there were some warning signs that we didn't really pick up on. And so years later, once he got the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, then there was no turning back. I mean, that was pretty much a death sentence. So then when my mom ended up ill, I was determined that I wasn't going to let her go down the same path. And with her, it was breast cancer, among a lot of other things. She was on 13 medications. But it was a time where I said, you know what, we're going to turn this around. And I dove into all the research, did everything that I could to learn how to really turn health around. Because, in the hospital world, which that's where I worked for 15 so years, people are in crisis mode. They have the symptoms, and we were taught very well how to deal with those symptoms. If your blood pressure goes up, we can write you for the right medication to get it down. But that blood pressure is not the disease. The blood pressure is a symptom. Arthritis, that's the symptom, it's not the disease. And so covering up those symptoms or covering up those warning signs that there's something bigger, there's something greater going on. That is the key to turning it all around. And so once I really realized this and figured it out, I was like, okay, I have to even do further training. So that's where I got trained in functional medicine, nutrition, hormone balance.
And it really showed that, we get trained in a certain way, within any profession, in any given, skill set that we learn. And you learn kind of one route to be able to fix or work on, whatever that skill set is. And it was until it hit home for you and you were dealing with it on a very personal level that you started to see some of the flaws in the medical system, starts to see some of the flaws in the Western philosophy of just prescribe something to get rid of, like you said, the symptoms, what's covering it. But there's something so much deeper that if you get to the root of the problem, that it can help to alleviate any of those things from even occurring. And so where did that journey bring you? Because I know that you started to travel the world really, like, on this search. And what did you find?
Well, when you really understand that concept of symptom management versus asking the question why, I think that was really the big aha moment. It's almost like, when you have something that is going wrong, like, high blood pressure, everyone knows somebody with high blood pressure. Well, the blood pressure goes up for a reason. The body's extremely intelligent. It raises the blood pressure to protect you from something else that's going on. And so when my mom had all of these issues, she had some of the best doctors, right? And some of them were my friends. And we were giving her, they were giving her the right medications, but then one medication led to another that led to another that led to another. Next thing you know,
like an ongoing
13 medications. And so if it's truly something that fixes it, you shouldn't have to be on it for life. That's number one. So that's where the big aha moment came in. It was like, wait a minute, there's more and more medications. She's getting sicker and sicker, and it's for life. So we started doing some things that were very, very different. And we got her off of 10 of the 13 medications. Wow. Instead of getting sicker, she got healthier. She got more energy, completely reversed her diabetes, completely reversed her high blood pressure, completely reversed her heart disease, all of these things completely reversed. So now she was getting older and healthier rather than older and sicker. And so that model is now what, we do with so many others, because all they lack is the knowledge of how to do that.
And so you were able to take that knowledge of like the Western philosophy of medicine, also bring in alternative practices from around the world that really got to the core of what was going on. And you created like this simple lifestyle blueprints to be able to help, to really bring back that vitality within people. And so you break it down into like 5 essential keys to be able to do that. So what are those keys? Like, what is it that, we don't know about our health that we need to become more aware of?
Yes, very good question. So the very first thing, and I talk about this in my book, which is not a part of those 5 essentials, but this is literally the first thing that you have to do is you got to get clear on what you're trying to accomplish. I tell everyone, get very clear on what it is that you want. Where's the destination that you're going to? Now, once you decide that you want to optimize your health, and then the steps, those 5 keys that you're talking about, the very first thing is we got to clean the body up, right? It's like your house. If you want a nice house, the first thing you got to do is clean it up.
You little spring cleaning, a little detox action.
Right. You got to do the spring cleaning, right? Detoxify the body. And I'm not just talking about the biochemical toxins. I'm not just talking about the chemical toxins. I'm talking about that stinking thinking as well, right? It's mind and body. We want to get rid. We got to clean all that stuff out. So that's the number one. It's not hard. Just got to know how to do it, right? The second thing is we really want to focus on our eating strategy. So much you hear about diet this, diet that. Really, food was not made to be restricted. If you think about it, it's not made to be restricted. Poisonous food is made to be restricted, right?
Yeah.
Food that don't serve you is meant to be restricted. But healthy foods is really not, and that is what the body uses to heal itself. And so what we do is we develop an eating strategy that works for the individual. So very important, right? So that's the nutrition piece. That's number 2. Number 3, exercise. People are doing it all wrong. I mean, most people are doing it all wrong.
Yeah, well, please tell me, because I need to do it right too. So what are we doing wrong?
A lot of times people are trying to exercise the weight off. No, stop it, right? You can't outrun your fork. You just can't do it. Right?
That fork gonna keep catching up with you.
Right, the fork's gonna always catch you. Because if you think about it, how long does it take to burn 2,000 calories or 1,000? How long does it take to burn 1,000 calories on a treadmill, right? It's about 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, right? How long does it take to eat 1,000 calories?
That's one drink. That's one shake. That's one like burger. Like
boom, just like that. So we want to have a strategy to really kind of add muscle, add strength, turn our bodies into a fat burning machine rather than a fat storing machine. Stop trying to trade calories, burn calories, restrict calories. This whole calorie-minded thinking is really what keeps a lot of people stuck. Eating strategy, that's what you want. So that's number 3. That's the nutrition piece.
And when you said that, like this light bulb just went off in my head. And it reminds me of even in business, like when it comes to like money management, instead of you like you earn, you spend, you earn, you spend, instead of getting on that cycle, you have to make your money work for you. So instead of you trying to just like get rid of calories, take them in, get rid of them, take them in, get rid of them, create a fat burning machine that
Yes.
gets rid of it for you. Like, wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. So detox, number one. Number two, the eating strategy, right? Nutrition. Number three, exercising the right way. All it takes is 30 minutes 3 times a week. That's it. 30 minutes 3 times a week. So that's the third
You
P.
hear that, folks? 30 minutes,
30 minutes
three
three
times
times
a week. That's it.
Right. If you're doing it correctly, you got to do it correctly. That's the key, right? So the next one is hormones. Hormone balance is key. And people are doing all of this stuff. They have no idea what their hormones are, right? If you have too much estrogen or not enough testosterone, your cortisols are all out of whack. Your thyroid is all out of balance. You're doing an uphill battle. You're not going to be able to get truly healthy. Hormones is key. Most doctors aren't properly trained in hormone balance, right? So that's the fourth thing, which is key. And then the fifth thing, in my opinion, is the most important: mindset.
Mind and body connection.
Absolutely. And you know, we know stress kills us, right? We know this. You mentioned it at the beginning of the show, but we just don't realize, like, it's scientifically based. We have something called the fight or flight phenomenon, right? To protect us, to save our life. The thing is, in our ancestor days, we're getting chased by saber-toothed tigers and invading tribes. We need our blood pressure to go up, to shunt blood to our arms and legs so we could fight or run. We need our digestion to shut down, right? Because if you're running for your life, you ain't got time to go to the bathroom, okay? We need that.
Like, I got to go.
We need our immune system to shut down, because the immune system takes up so much energy that we need that energy in that short term when we're fighting or when we're trying to flee. So the immune system shuts down. Now, all of these saves our life in the short term. But if every day this is kicking in, you get in an argument with your spouse, you don't like your job, you have road rage because of traffic, and now you're in a fight or flight mode every single day. Well, guess what? Your digestion shut down every day. Your hormones are all out of whack every day. Your immune system is shut down every single day. This is what leads to all of these diseases that overtake us.
This is mind-blowing. You know, and it's things that we are dealing with on a daily basis. You don't even realize, like, the ripple effect of each of the things that is happening and how the systems are so connected. And if you just put the right blueprint in place, if you start doing taking some of the right actions, especially when it comes to the way that you think and how you regulate your emotions, instead of going into that fight or flight and everything shutting down. And then, why do I keep getting bigger and bigger? Yeah, because you're under a whole lot of stress. And so now stuff is shutting down.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So what's something that, you know, of those 5 things, and they all need to be incorporated into our lives and kind of really start to make those shifts. Like, what's one thing that somebody can, like, start today and start doing to be able to help to shift things for themselves?
I really honestly believe that you got to get some help. You got to get some help. It's almost like, what's the number? If I want to learn how to fly a plane, or if I want to fly a plane, what's the one thing that I got to do?
Go to school.
Right?
Go to flight school.
Go to flight school. Exactly. So many people are trying to fly their own health plane, and they're getting up there. All it takes is a 2-millimeter mistake. You make a 2-millimeter mistake and you don't have a co-pilot, you're going to crash and burn. And so we oversimplify it. Oh, all I got to do is diet and exercise. Oh, I know what to do. I'm just not doing it, right? We tell ourselves these things, and we're continuing to fly the plane ourselves, and we're crashing and burning. But we're crashing and burning slowly, so we don't notice it. And that's what happens. And now when that stroke hits, the diabetes hits, the cancer hits, now the plane's on fire, and you're looking around like, what in the world happened? The number one thing that you can do is get some help. Get some help by someone who has done it for themselves, has a track record of doing it for others, and that it makes sense to you. You got to put it all together, because if you get someone, oh, I'm gonna get a nutritionist. Okay, well, they're just gonna help you with the nutrition piece. Oh, I'm just gonna get a trainer. Okay, well, they're just gonna help you with the exercise piece. Oh, well, I'm gonna get a doctor to balance my. people are piecemealing it all together. You got to get someone that knows all of it so that they can put one plan together so that they can teach you how to fly this plane appropriately.
No, that's absolute brilliant advice. And you've already done the work and have the background and have created a lifestyle blueprint to be able to help individuals to be able to master all 5 of those areas, all 5 of those pieces. And you're right. Why do it alone? Why keep struggling? You know, for those who gone up and down and wait and try this and try that, or you've had a pain today and hey, got rid of it the next day, but then you get it again, and your body is continually giving you signs and signals. And since that for the most part, whatever our gift is, like that's the lane that we need to be in. That's the thing that we need to be doing and get help for all the things that we are not experts in. And so we really appreciate, you coming on even today to be able to share your brilliance with us, because there was a lot of like aha moments and kind of like, okay, this makes so much sense. Why sit here and struggle with this? And so please tell people how they can get in contact with you, because why not get the help that you need now so that you don't put yourself in a worse situation, because you can start to reverse illness, get to that ideal body weight, and get your life at the level of energy and vitality that you deserve right now.
Yeah. Well, the best thing to do is get educated. Education is the key. And so if you go on our website, naplesvitality.com, we do, free seminars. We have tons of free information. naplesvitality.com. The best thing to do is just come to one of our free events and get educated. Learn how all of this stuff works. Learn what's really going on with yourself, and just register for an event. If you're not in the Naples, Florida area, no worries. Still click that register button. Type in the comments, I'm not in the area. I would like to have a conversation. We can direct you to a webinar, or we could even get you on the phone with one of our team members. But the best thing to do is to get educated. And so naplesvitality.com, get educated.
I love it. Thank you so much, Dr. King. And yes, make sure that you guys get educated. Go to naplesvitality.com for more information. And we know that when we share our stories, we get to live, to learn, and love a little bit more. And it's your time to be proof of what's possible. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of HAVILAH and Friends. I'm your host, HAVILAH Malone, and make sure that you stay with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel and liking us on Facebook. We can't wait to see you next week.